No, no, it's perfect. I think it's perfect, right, guys?
It's perfect. Okay then.
Is it good? It's
Okay,
perfect.
mate.
It
Definitely
it is perfect. Thank you, Jazz. All right, buddy.
sound card. Definitely sound card. You
Definitely
know the
what?
jack plugs at the back.
It was the
Yeah,
okay. And
yeah,
did you
yeah. I
also
did.
change your
Yeah,
headset,
yeah.
or also you did both, right? Very good.
Okay, mate.
All right, buddy. I'll
Will
see you
do.
later.
Hi guys.
Have fun. All right. Okay.
Right. First of all, I just want to mention something. Where's Kelvin? Kelvin, just say yes, so I know I've got your attention. What up? Right, right, Kelvin. Right, um, just watch the charts for a minute. I just want to show you something, okay? Where that GU trade was a good trade, right, and where you should have got in, okay? So I'm just gonna get control when empty hands it over, right? Um, let's have a look. We'll use the ellipses, and now you were right in your assessment, mate. The first thing you should have done is you look here, right? You've got a great, setup here, right? Basically, if you've watched the video, you'll know that that super on the 4 hour wants to take price as high as possible, and having this here as well, on the 8 hour really does help. Okay, um, so yeah, you're looking for up, and you were right in virtually everything, mate. The only thing that you need to understand is that when on the 15-minute chat, you were looking for this one here to disappear, weren't you? Right, well, that's not going to disappear, mate, because when that candle closes, that's imprinted. It stays then. Okay, that's why I said to you, watch for the 30-minute to disappear. Yeah, you understand me now? Because when that 30-minute disappeared, then the trade was good. You had the 5-minute signal, you had momentum. Um, and basically, that gave you permission again. You know it's going up because the 1 and 4 hours and the 8 hours are telling you it's going up, mate. Okay, you will get this, Kevin. Don't worry, don't panic. Just takes time for some people, but I mean, at the moment, the way these 1 4s and 8s are showing you now, you just know where to trade to. Okay. Now, another thing I want to just point out to everybody, you saw what happened when price touched the 1 hour here, the 1 hour orange line. This happened here. Look on the 5 minutes. That happened. Okay. The down, the downs. Okay, that's just it happens a lot that, but the fact it's not on and off, is it? Both man. Sound all right, guys? Sound is good. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, right. Back to it then. Right. So basically, when you've got your 1 and 4s, what you do when that pullback is over, or you think that pullback might be over, you look at your 4 hour, and if the 4 hour is still like that, like it was on the GU, then it's still going up. It's still going to go up. I mean, you're talking about a massive downtrend here on the GU, the EU as well. But look what's happening because of these setups on the long term. And I mean, again, I know you guys have been saying this is what I've been preaching for a long time. It's basically how I trade. All right, I know my trades are safe to the upside, basically because of that 1 and 4 hour setup. Okay, we can see basically what's been going on, can't you? GU's going up, EU's going up, UCAD's going down, GCAD. Now here's something. Yeah, the 8 hours as well. The 8 hours really are even better in the sense that if you know that the 4 hour is going to go to, or you think a 4 hour is going to go to the orange line, if it's got an 8 hour, I kind of know it's going to go to the orange line on the 4 hour, if you understand what I mean. It's like when I see a 4 hour super, I know that price is definitely going to go to the 1 hour orange line or BB bands if it's with the trend. But these, as I as you've probably noticed, most of these setups, when you get them like this, are against the trend. But it's safe trading. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, PP. Yesterday, you saw how the GU struggled to go up to the 1 hour orange line. It only had a 1 hour, and it had a red, then it had a pink, then it had a yellow next to that. And it really struggled to go up. And again, what you have to understand is what the smaller time frame signals are dealing with. And PP did point it out at the time. There was a red yellow on the 4 hour, which I can't circle, but I can just about point out the MIM on the 8 hour here. Well, you can see on my cursor. I can't circle it. All right, those are mega strong, really strong, and you can see what happened at the close of the session. I can just draw a line across there. No, I can't. Okay. Come on. The arrow. You know, when we were dealing with it yesterday, that's where price was, and look how much it dropped because of that 8 hour min. You know, you even got this daily as well here. You know, so it's unbelievable, guys, how strong these signals are in dictating where price is going to go. Okay, you've got a similar thing with a GU now. If you look on the you know, on your 1 hour, you're still struggling to get through the orange line, and it's showing. But in my opinion, apart from someone like BR who's in and out really quickly, I'll give him that. But his wife's not too happy about that, like. But you know, you shouldn't be taking these. You should be ignoring them. I know he's going to kill me on that. Say that interview next week, he's going to kill me, isn't he? Sorry, Mrs. BR. Didn't mean anything. Right, let's just point that out again. Forgot what it was. Yeah, this move again now down here, guys. Like, you shouldn't be taking this, in my opinion. You know, unless you're someone like BR who can really nail that straight off because he knows what's going to happen. Sorry, BR. I just couldn't let it go. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah. So what you should be looking for on the GU, I'll just clear it again. Right, is anything up? So now, Kelvin, keep an eye on this 15-minute. Right, if that changes, turns to a small red, or you know, or disappears, and you get a 5-minute signal up somewhere down here on the next candle, say, you start getting green momentum. That'll be a good trade. Okay. Yeah, Sergeant, yeah. Making a bit of noise at the moment, guys. These new earphones are sort of like a bit tight. I might have to take a spanner to them in a bit. Okay, so anybody have a question about these 1 and 4 hour setups? Yeah, Snoopy. Yeah. It's you trade the signals, Snoopy. This is, you know, I have no idea what Powell's going to say. It could be positive for the dollar, it could be negative, but the signals will show you, you know. Yeah, you see on the GC, I'll just point that one out, Jules. Excuse, oh, sorry, BR. The 1 hour disappeared. You touched the orange line. 1 hour disappeared. 5-minute signals, 15-minute signal, 30-minute signal. EU looks strong. I think what you're dealing with is a near touch of the. Oh come on! Don't know what shape. Where are we? You were pretty near to here. You see, so I think what you're getting now is this little pullback, and then EU is going to go up again. Now, if you look at the GU, you might have a slightly bigger pullback now because you've got a 1 hour red down there. All right. basically you need that to go to take the GU back up. On the UCAD, yeah, UCAD's the same. The reason you're now getting this upside is because the 4 hour, which was a super, is no longer a super. It's turned to a small red. Okay. You've also got a 30-minute up, and you've got a 15-minute min there, trying to get through the orange line. I think again you might get a bounce there as well, guys. Yeah, yeah, I do, Borg, and basically it's the signals that tell you. So if I was in the GU up and I'd seen this 15-minute min, okay, then that's it. That's telling me that there's gonna be a bounce. The 15-minute signals, guys, are quite powerful. It's why I did the strat on them. And we've also got the 30 as well. As you can see, the EU's just ploughing away. Because it's trying to set up an LTs. No, you've had this system now where it's come down to the BB band again, Phoenix. Yeah, can you see on the 5-minute here? It's come down to the BB band again here now. But what's putting me off taking the GU up now is the fact that you've got a 1 hour down signal. All right. So for me, that needs to disappear for the 4 hour to push it through the orange line. Okay, so what's going to do that? Do you think a 5-minute signal on its own is going to do that? I don't. I think you need a 15-minute at least to go with the 5-minute signal and that 1 hour to disappear before you can take that back up. Does that answer your question, Phoenix? Yeah. It's all it is, guys, is trying to judge. If you wanted to go for, say, a 5-pip trade, then I'd use the 5-minute charts. If you want to go for 10-pip trading, I kind of judge it that if you've got a 5-minute arrow and a 15-minute arrow, then you're going to get 10 pips out of that. Okay. The bigger the setup, the more I go for, basically. All right, so effectively, here's what you're looking for. GU. The 1 hour for me, because your 4 hours still there and your 8 hours still there, the GU wants to go up. So this is stopping you taking the trade up. Okay, at the moment, you'd need a 5-minute, a 15-minute at least to take this up, and then if you get plenty of green momentum, the 1 hour red down will disappear. Okay. EU, you're getting possible pullback here as well now due to the fact that you're very near to this orange line on the 4 hour chart. Again, your 4 hours still there and your 8 hours are super. So for me, there's more upside to that. UCAD, yeah, looking at the long terms, you've still got your 8 hour, you've still got your 4 hour. These could go super anytime again. These could turn super with a 5-minute pink, and if you look where you are, 5-minute charts, you're right on here. But again, what you want is something to happen with this 30-minute signal up here, perhaps disappear, then you should have some more downside. And the GCAD, did somebody say there's some news or something concerning the CAD? I missed that bit. I was miles away. Right, look at your GU now, guys, just to point out. You've got a 5-minute red. Okay, keep an eye on your 1 hour and look for a 15. Oh, oil, right. Okay, Kelvin. Right. Well, basically, you would look for, right, a 5 and a 15-minute signal, Kelvin. The actual one that you take the trade with is with the 5, but because you just had this pullback, and because what you've got at the moment is a 1 hour against you, you need something to change. Okay, so that 5 minute little red there could go super and could win, but it's not always going to win, right? And that's what you're looking to happen, and that's why I say you need a 15 up now. These signals tend to go signal to signal. If you look at the last GU up on the 15 minute, I just point it out here. You see that one there, right? That went up until it got another signal. Okay, so now basically what this min is telling you here is that this could continue to go down until you get another signal up. Okay, so this is what you want. You want, as I say, you want a 15-minute signal up, a 5-minute signal up, which is your entry. Okay, yeah, Phoenix, yeah, and hopefully that this 1 hour here, well, hopefully it will disappear. Okay, as soon as you start getting momentum, that'll disappear. Did you get that, Kelvin? Did you understand it? Yeah, Jules, yeah. You're getting momentum, you see. Somehow, Jazz. Right, Kelvin, look at it this way. You keep getting momentum, right? You've got a 5-minute signal. Your 8 hours and your 4 hours, and effectively your 1 hours are all saying up. Apart from, the 1 hour red that's now pointing down, but that's just because of where price is at the moment. Okay. You can look for the 15-minute signal if I can just get the arrow here. Yeah, not sure which way. If you get a 15-minute signal, is it down that way or up? There, going up, that will turn the GU back up. Okay, you can see what's happening. That little red on the 5-minute isn't good enough on its own. It needs help. You need to turn the 15-minute chart around. Yeah, I've seen these work, Kelvin, right? And I've seen them fail. I've seen them work, and you think, oh yeah, it worked this time. And then you attempt the similar thing on another day, and it doesn't work, and it goes against you, and you're like, well, why is that going against me? So what you've got to do is train yourself to be safe trading, to be a safe trader, to be a solid trader. I know this is going up. I know this is going up. Not, oh, this could go up, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, you see, he's being stupid. It's just at the moment you've gone through the 1 hour orange line, Juggeth, and you kind of just it's kind of just retesting from below at the moment. You know, these things happen all the time. Sometimes they drop right through. Sometimes they drop through, come back up, retest, and then drop again. All right. The way I look at it is Milan is that this will go definitely to this orange line. The only thing that I would say that is against it getting to that orange line is the fact that it's a really strong downtrend. But the fact that you have this gives me the confidence to take it. You understand? Trading is its highest probable outcome, and if you've got signals telling you, price is going up on 8 hour, 4 hour, and 1 hour, then to go against them is ridiculous, isn't it? It's like, hang on, that told me it's going up and I'm going down. Why? Yeah, well, Temuco, if you remember yesterday, how the GU had a 1 hour and it really, really struggled to go up. Well, there you go, guys. The 1 hour down on GU has disappeared. Again, yeah, it struggled to go up, and that was because it was dealing with a huge trend and a really big move. Okay, and that's when it takes time. Sometimes, they just haven't got what it takes to compete with that signal, and that 8 hour min was unbelievable. And again, the daily that was there that appeared, a bit later on. All right, and that's kind of when I think, all right, if I start getting signals against me, against the 1 hour, when that's happened, then I'll think, okay, right, might be time to just, stop taking it that way. That's when they tend to fail. Jules. Yeah, Julian, the way I look, if you look at the GU now, see how it's struggling a bit to get up on the 4 hour? Or look at the 8 hour, it's only a small red. And look at the EU, that's really got going, hasn't it? And it's gone through the orange line on the 1 hour, and the 4 hours heading towards the orange line. And look at the 8 hour, it's a super. Well done, Kelvin. You see, that's all it is, Kelvin. So you waited for the 1 hour to disappear, the 15-minute green candle to start, and you were getting momentum, and you entered the trade in the 5 minutes and won 6 pips. Right, okay, mate. Nothing wrong with that. If you'd have done that on the EU, you'd have won the EU as well. Well, Kaysen, if the EU 8 hour hits the orange line and the GU 8 hour hits the orange line, I'll be then looking for signals down because there will definitely be a sizable retracement. So I'd look for 5 and 15-minute supers down. JAS, the 1 hour GU disappeared after the move up happened, so this trade up would not be a safe one, right? The 1 hour GU is down though, Pip, so that would have been a safe trade to the upside. Right, Phoenix. I was going to mention this a little later on, right? These 1 and 4s now, how they're panning out. Right, just let me also just show you something else quickly. Look on the UCAD. The other 4 hours disappeared. Well, what's happening? You're bouncing now on the 1 hour. You see it? Okay. 30-minute signal up, 15 minutes and 5 minutes flying. Okay. Right. Yeah, what I was going to suggest is that when you see these setups, just open a trade from from the start. Let that one run, and then just trade off the 5-minute charts for 5 pips, or or 10 pips every time the 5-minute signals appear in the same direction, until you get near to hit, or the setup changes, and see where you get to there. I mean, you could be looking, a really sizable pip score at the end of the day doing that. Certainly on the play of the day, which happens to be the GCAD today, but yesterday GBP New Zealand. That absolutely killed it on that yesterday doing that. And you could leave, your original open TP trade running till you do touch or get very near to the 4-hour orange line. I mean, it went, I think it was nearly 90 pips from start to finish. I got 61. So I'd have had 61, plus I took it up 3 times after that, for 10 as well. Okay, so, if you look at it that way, I was times 4 because I was scalping, but, that's basically what I did. It's a sort of mechanical trading, but just mechanically trading with the 1 and 4s in your direction. I'm just going to move, guys. I've got cramp. Oh. I do feel for your algo. I've got a mate of mine's just come over, from Perth, and I had a drink with him on Sunday. He said he's moved house. He was in Adelaide, and he moved house to Perth. He put everything in a container, sent it. I believe it was via water, done it. Anyway, by the ocean or something, and then he drove his car across, from Adelaide to Perth. Took him 5 days. 5 days. Coffee. I'm actually got some Coca-Cola at the moment. It's very humid here. Right. Just let me make a bit of sense of this now. Now look at the GU, guys. You see how it looks messy on the 5-minute chart? Basically, this is because we can't get through this orange line on 1 hour. Okay, this keeps flashing on and off the 4-hour, and I still think there's more to the upside. I just need that 1 hour to disappear, on a decent 5 and 15-minute setup. Is it JW? I didn't know, mate. Jeez, it's a big place, isn't it? Continent. I said that too. Somebody said it's a big island. His brother said to it's a big island. He went, it's a big continent. No, it's not an island. Nobia. Don't know how to do that, mate. I wouldn't know how to do it, mate. Maybe honest with you. Again, right. I'm just going to point it out again, guys. Look at the difference here. Right, you're getting 5 minutes, and the flying up. Look, the pullbacks are smaller, and that's because this setup, right, is stronger than the GUs. Plus, this has already gone through the orange line on 1 hour. All right, whereas the GU struggling to get through it. I am confident that the GU will go through because of if this stays. Okay, and if this goes super, the 8 hour goes super, then yeah, you're gonna have a massive move up on the GU. I'm no, oh, actually, just let me check an event. I've got something running. Oh yeah, I've got the EU running. Only 18 pips, so not much. Right. Again, we now have on the G card this little red fella here. So I would like to see it go super. If it goes super, we're definitely flying through this orange line here. Oh, damn it. Did you hear that, guys? Thought it was open anyway. Wasn't. Right, there you go, you see. Look at the GCAD now, guys. For the 4-hour super. Oh, well, flashing super, look. And watch it go through the orange line on the 1 hour. I think EU, when you look at the setups today, the EU's been the best. That 8-hour super has made all the difference. The 4 hours keeps flashing red, yellow as well. Yeah, yeah. And I think the GCAD 1 hour keeps flashing red, yellow as well. What? What's up, yeah? Yeah, Jules, I have. I mean, virtually every time I come on, it's, this is kind of what I've been saying, isn't it? Look. Well done, Mr. Shoe. Well done indeed. 40 pips. Was that a single trade, Mr. Shoe? Let's just GC. 15 and 30-minute bottom BB bands, man, correlating with 1 and 4. So, kind of here, you mean? BR, yeah. Here. There. Well, I've just had a trade trip off on me, Kelvin. Must have had what do you call it? Take profit on. I didn't think I did. But I don't trade when I come on, mate. I just left them running. Right, here now you see, as BI will tell you as well, we are touching BB band and probably orange line here, and this is probably why you're getting this. Okay, should you be taking it? I think BR probably did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, the thing is, PP seems to know this so well now, and the BB bands really have opened his eyes, haven't they? So, I mean, I used to trade virtually, well, off the orange line, 5 pips, off the orange line, 5 pips, so just tend to be a bit more sure nowadays. Right, I think, you know what I think is going to happen, guys? I think I think this GU is really struggling, but I think it's still going to go through. I'm just wondering if around about happy hour it might kick in. Come on, disappear on me. Yeah, the RBI, yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, the bigger the orange line, or the bigger the time frame, support or resistance level we hit, the bigger the move, you know. Right, let's have a look. You see the Kelvin, if you can look at the GU now on the 5 minutes, just look what's happened. Right, with these just wicked, very wicked. It's got no direction. Okay, and that's because this mim has taken it to the orange line on the 15 minutes here. The only way this is going to go up effectively now is with a 15-minute signal up. Okay, and that's basically what happens, you see. If you look at the EU, that's different because everything's super. You know, all these are super signals on the long term. This is only a red. You know, this is a red with a pink, but again, you know, it's not as strong because of the long-term setup. The down move, I mean, by the way, not as strong. Oh, that oil leaked. When did this come, guys? Did I find this out? 1 hour trending signal. And GCADs have gone super again. 1 and 4s. Vinny. It is, mate. Yeah, you're right. Seems to have done it all day as well, doesn't it? Apart from this one that come off the BB band here. You know, everything else has been off the orange line, hasn't it? Yeah, just be careful, guys. We've got oil coming up, and sometimes this, you know, really does move the market. Certainly the CAD pairs. The bear. Oh, my great grandfather's bear. Yeah, he used to own a bear. We've got a picture somewhere about it. An old black and white one. Grandpa Fraser. I know, yeah. Imagine having a bear as a pet. I'd call mine, at the moment, GU. I'd just wait for oil to finish first, Kelvin. I mean, unless you're already in, you know, just wait and see what happens. Because sometimes they do, you know, it does really push. It doesn't look like it's doing much, to be honest with you. It's 30 seconds ago now, so mustn't have been much of a change in the oil. Right, guys, now look at the GU. Right, look at this here. Okay, this could 1 hour. If that stays, that mem stays, and this turns super, if this 1 hour turns super, then you should be looking for down on the GU. Okay. Very, very weak at the minute, the pound, guys. There's a lot going on with Brexit, to be honest with you, and politics in Britain. Yeah, the 4 hours flashed off and all, guys, on the GU, so I think you could be going down now. Good Benevento. It's not actually stirring Benevento. What he's doing is he's giving his resignation speech as one of the offices of the state. He's entitled to do that, and really, to be honest with you, the way he's been treated by Theresa May, it doesn't surprise me. The best thing that could happen, I think, would be if he actually put in a challenge for leadership. Because if he had to go back to the country and say, right, I'm sorry, I need a general election, I need a majority in Parliament, give it me, he would get it. He would get it. There'd be so many people that have had enough of the way this Brexit has been. It's just unbelievable. It's wound me up something chronic. EU again, yeah. Vinny's loving the EU, guys. Look, it's just bouncing off the orange line on the 5 minute chart. Why is it doing that? Well, because this is a very strong signal, and this is a very strong signal. Okay. Certainly do, PP. Yeah, GU's just going nowhere, guys. You know what I think? I think people are not taking the GU. I think they're all listening to Boris's resignation speech. It really is BR. It's just not doing anything at all. I wouldn't be trading the GU at the moment, judging by the 5 minute charts. It's just completely, that's a mess. Wicks like that. It's got no direction whatsoever, so just leave it alone. As I say, the one to trade today was definitely the EU. Got the best long-term setup, 1, 4, and 8 hours, and it's doing exactly what they're saying it's doing. Nine winners, Hugo. Well done, mate. All 5 pips, or have you been differing them? Ooh, Mr. White. Yeah, BR, if I was going to be biased any way on the GU, it would be up based on, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, and the fact that, maybe this 15 minute MIM has done its job. You see, it can't break through the orange line. And I know you like this, don't you? You like this BB band here flipping up. I'll just highlight that for everyone. This is what BR is talking about, guys. This, how it's turned up. See the BB band there? That's turned up. That one's turned up. Okay, that's why BR is biased probably up. Oh, what happened on the GCAD? Well, the 4 hour disappeared, and look there. You've got a reaction off one of the lines. I'm not sure it's the BB band or the orange line. 30-minute min. That 5 minute, yeah, correlating nicely with the CAD, isn't it? And the GU's helping to drag that down as well. Yeah, JW, yeah. That EU again, guys, look at it. Really, really nice. Really nice setup, that. No let up with it, is there? I'll tell you what's going to happen now, though. Right. EU, I think you're going to get a reaction at happy hour because you're rapidly approaching the orange line on the 4 hour. See there? So maybe you'll get a reversal on the EU at happy hour. Maybe not. Maybe the 8 hour will, power its way to this orange line here. Oops. There you go. Well done, John. It is, isn't it, Jules? There. The thing is with the yellow reds phoenixes, they go hard and fast. But the way I kind of judge it, like I've been on about these 1 and 4s, and if you look at the 1 hour on the EU, and it's gone 3 candles. Why has it gone 3 candles? Why has it not just gone to the orange line or done 1 candle? Well, because there's a 4 hour on the current um, candle, okay, on the living candle, okay. So there are 4 1 hours in a 4 hour candle, okay. Now you've got up 3 on there. Now you've got an 8 hour candle. Now there are 2 4 hour candles in that. So is it possible that the next candle will continue to go up? Yes. Okay, there's no actual certainty on how many candles it will go up. Sometimes I just know that the red yellows go hard and fast. Okay, and that's kind of how I look at it. But I'll also look to the next time frame up, if you know what I mean. Oh, there goes the GU. 15-minute signal flashing, but it's still there. Want that to disappear. Want that 1 hour red down to disappear. Yeah, it was Napo. How many did you get, Napoleon? Can't turn you back for 5 minutes. Can you look at the G card? I'm watching the chat here and everything's happening. And the UC, messy pip. If you look at the other 1 and 4s on the other pairs, there are better setups. Okay. Like the GCAD keeps flashing red, yellow 1 hour and super 4 hour. EU still flying. Probably going to get a reaction soon. And the UCAD, well, what's the UCAD? Tell me what the UCAD's doing. The 1 hour's just disappeared. There's no 4 hour on the current candles. The 8 hours down. The 1 hour's now up. It's just messy. And by messy, I kind of mean, it's not crystal clear. It's not a guaranteed winner either way for me. Excuse me. Yeah, well, that's the thing you should do with that, Mr. White and Pip. If you're not sure, don't trade it. Look for the better setup and trade the ass off that. Like yesterday, it was the GBP New Zealand, and as I said there, I took what 93 pips without stacking. Okay, would you take that? You know, would you take that at the beginning of a session? 93 pips without stacking, no losses. Of course you would. So that's all you have to do. Look for the best setup and trade that. There you go. GU15's back. 5 minutes paying off, and the 1 hour's disappeared. GCAD, both 1 and 4s have gone super. We're through the orange line on the 1 hour and 5 minute and 15 minute paying dividends. Yeah, but it's been up there a couple of times now, JW, so there's a good chance it'll go through this time if, you know, it really kicks in. Tend to find that when price keeps nudging away at something, that it wants to go through, you know. Look at that EU, guys. Look where it's gone. Look. I know I keep rabbiting on about this, but if you knew at the start of the session that three signal setup there was going to take you at least to that, you know, 4 hour orange line at least, right? Then every signal you took up or every bounce off the orange line, right, on the EU was a winner. Every single one. Okay, this is what I'm saying, where the 100% comes into it. You can't lose it with this kind of setup. All right. Yes, you can say the GU is different. It is different. It struggled, but if you followed the, you know, the sensible option, which is to take a 5 minute with a 15 minute. I know Kevin the Sniper. He'll probably tell me that he doesn't trade it, you know, against them. He won't have one against the other. He won't trade one against the other. You know. Is that right, BI? Yeah. 100 pips. Wow. Temuco. Can you move out the video which you're doing trades in correlation with the signals in these charts? Move out the video. I'm not sure what you mean, Kelvin. Milan, I presume you just on about the bounces off the orange line there. Is that what you mean? 5 minute trade of pinks, they appear a bit after 45 pips. Should we still take them with the right setup? Because it goes 3 to 4 candles. Uh, well, all right. Let me just see if I can point something out for you. Right. Okay. I'll show you on the UCAD Milan. I think this is what you mean. Okay. Just let me get a circle. Right. You had this here. Okay. And then you've had this move up, and then all of a sudden it's come back down again. Can you see it here coming back down again on this candle? Right. But look what happened after that. It didn't get another signal. I think this is what you mean. Should you let it run? And that's up to you. Yeah, open TP. If you'd have let that UCAD run, then the time you should have got out was when this appeared, because it's signal to signal. Okay, that's how it works. And that's what you mean, then yeah, you can let them run. You don't have to just go for 5 pips. And if you've got a setup like the EU, well, you've been talking this signal here to this one, because you wouldn't have got out on a small red. But you might have got out on that. So then you'd have got back in again with this small red, because you can do with the strong setup or with the trend, right? And maybe I wouldn't have got out on this, right? And I don't get out straight away on the signal. What I do is I get out when momentum turns on me as well. So if I see a signal and then momentum turned red on the EU, I would get out. Okay, so yeah, so effectively that, let's have a look, 160.20 to 160.39. So that was a 19 pip move, the first one, and the second one's about, well, probably similar. You know what I mean? So you'd have had two 5-minute signals there that made you 38 pips. Yes, TK, 50 and solid numbers are psychological numbers. The solid numbers are more of a barrier. Okay, I've found that they're more of a barrier. Okay, so 1.1600 or 1.1700. All right. What the psychological numbers be are? Oh, psychological numbers for newbies. Anybody that wants to know, you should really put them on your own charts. I have blue lines on my own charts that highlight where they are. But if you look at a solid number, say on the GU, it would be 1.30000, 1.31000. Okay, and then in between, which is it's the 50 mark. Okay, those are psychological numbers, and basically price tends to react on them. Sometimes it'll be rejected by it, other times it'll take a small rejection and then just absolutely fly through, and then come back down and retest it again. I'll just see if I can show you with the arrows here. Basically, if you just watch my arrows now, guys, it'll go up like this, hit the psychological number, come down a little bit like this, then the next time it'll go like this, right through it, right, and then come back down and retest that psychological number again before going like that. Okay, and that would have been psychological number across here. There. Okay, that's basically all psychological numbers are. Sort of something to just be wary of when you're trading. All right. Okay, BR. Cheesy, delicious. You and your food, mate. Are you a big lad, BR? Are you a big lad? Because you do like your food, don't you? I have to ask now, guys, what is Boston Butts? What is this Butts that BR loves? What is it? Ah, that's great, mate. If you're doing that at your age, mate, I'm like that, BR. I don't put weight on. Is that what Boston Butts are? T-bones? Roast pork? All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Can I just point this out, guys? As I was saying about those psychological numbers. Right. Look what happened here on the 5-minute GU chart, and look at the number next to it, 1.3050. Okay, it's hit the psychological number and been rejected. All right, that's kind of what happens. You just need to be a little aware of it. We don't often point it out in the room because we're too busy following arrows, but you really should put them on your own charts. Right, okay, let's just have another look around now. Look where we are. Look at the EU, what the EU is getting here. And here, guess what, guys? Look what it did. It touched the orange line on the 4-hour chart. Okay, that's why you're getting this reaction now. That GCAT's been a bit strange today, and I suppose that it's one of them today, you know, where you could have took it up with the 1 and 4s and then down when it was, you're getting 5 and 15-minute signals down, basically because the 1 and 4s kept changing. UCAD, there you go. You know, you had your retest, it came down, went up, and look, the 4 hours come back. Super. We could now be going back down again now on the UCAD. GCAD now, look, 1 hour up has gone, and you've got a 1 hour down, and you've got plenty here, plenty of information telling you that it's going down now. So those of you that got in here on the Heikinashi will have made, well, quite a bit there. I'm not sure how many pips. Yeah, he used the same in it, JW, yeah. Psychological number, I never clocked that. Well, the psychological number, as it turns out this time, was the orange line on the 4-hour chart as well. Free time. Unbelievable. How's it? How's the grandkids? Yeah, they're doing good. Well, you've got plenty of room, haven't you? They want horses, by the way. That doesn't mean you can go out and shoot them. 500 acres, jeez. Yeah, if you look at the GU now, 1 hour. Oh, look, guys. This could be the happy hour move now. And 30-minute men is back again, yeah. Good eating. Wow, that's a lovely move on the GCAD. I don't know when did that 1 hour turn up. So I was talking about it up a few, well, about 10 minutes ago, weren't we? It depends, JW. It depends on the day, basically. If we get big moves like the EU here, you know, that was a great setup. I would have stayed in that. Excuse me, I'm probably taking, you know, the 5-minute signals up as well for 10 pips a time. So, you know, the GU, I might not have traded. Took a couple of trades on it, but not around this time when all these wicks were, you know, you see all these wicks on the 5-minute charts, you know, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have traded around about then. All this lot here. UCAD, I would have taken the up move because it had a 1 hour, didn't it? Oh, look at this, guys. 8 hours gone super. And I definitely would have taken this as well, the down move. And GCAD had taken it up when we had the 1 and 4 hours up, and I would have taken this move down, you know, once these here, which I think, Tiger, are you still trading the 15s and the 30s? Yeah, I know you would be. what's to go? This UCAD's looking tasty now, guys. You see what's happened? It's burst through the 1 hour orange line, and it's come back up as if to retest. And then the 4 hour and the 8 hour have come back, and look, it's just dropping now. I expect this to go to the orange line on the 4 hour at least. GU messy, as I say. Look, it's still got no direction, the GU, guys. It really is one of them pairs today that I would have stayed away from, I think. I've not really thinking about GU long term at the minute, Vinny, based simply because of what's going on at Parliament and that concerning Brexit. It's just you just don't know what's going to happen. So I'd be guessing really. I mean, it's all right saying the 4 hour there, but as soon as Theresa May, as Boris Johnson says, right, I'm challenging you for the leadership, that will disappear, and a 4 hour down will appear, and the pound will tank, it will go below, the 130. So it's not something I'm thinking of doing at the minute. Yeah, UCAD was a nice trade, guys. Tell you what, if the GU 8 hour goes super, I'll take it up. How's that? You're kidding, right, Phoenix? Well, let's just say I've already retired. I have got some plans as to whether I can do it yet. I can't, to be honest with you, because I spend time here and I spend time with my family, mother in particular. Um, and I need to be out of the country quite often, so I can't do that yet. But it's like I'd love to own a boat, but I just can't get a boat because I know I'd spend most of my time on it. Oh, right, guys. Let's have a look at this GU now. It's flashing super. You got your 5 minutes, so 1 hour's disappeared. 1 hour red down's disappeared. Ooh, could be sexy. What's that? What's that on Jules? Oh, GU. What do you see? Look at how the trade's evolved and all, guys. It's not just a matter. You've now got a 1 hour min. Your 4 hours red yellow or red yellow pink. The 8 hours super, which you could be looking at it touching the 8 hour orange line. The first stop is the 4 hour orange line. You'll probably see another little bounce off it again before it falls through again if the 8 hour stays the same. What was that one? But what it is that Sergio, Mr. Panama? I think it is Sergio, isn't it? What it is, Mr. Panama, the EU, you've got a 5 minute signal here now, right? But the way the UC and the EU work together is that they are both very reactive, with the DX. So the DX it's like the UJ used to be, if you remember. The UJ used to do exactly what it was told. The EU's the same. It does exactly what it's told by the DX, which is the dollar, obviously. UCAD, I think, does to a certain extent, but it's more oil based. For me, if this is flashing 9 green here, and the DX is flashing contrary to that, then the UCAD will listen to oil more, than the DX. Whereas the EU it just does exactly what the dollar tells it, which it seems to be panning out in how the trade deal's going at the moment, doesn't it? Yeah, again, you see with the EU, for me now, the EU is going to come down. You see this here on the 1 hour. The EU wants to come to this orange line now. It's like a retest. It's gone through and it's going to come back, retest it, and then if the 8 hour is still there, you might get some more upside, like a further bounce to the upside, like pretty much what happened yesterday with the GBP New Zealand. That did exactly the same. It came back down and then eventually went through. Nice. I'll tell you what, Mr. Shu, guys, just look at Mr. Shu there. I think he's only been here a few days, and and look at that. I mean, you took 40 on the EU before doing the same thing, and he's taken 40 now on the UC and the UCAD doing exactly the same. And that's just looking at the 1 and 4s and saying, right, okay, I've got 1 and 4, I'm going to take this. Is that stacking, Mr. Shu, or is that, is it, well, it's not 40 pip move, is it, or is it? Oh, it's good to see newbies getting it. I've noticed with Kelvin today, he's had some victories today as well. I wanted to talk to Ergon, but I'm not so sure where he's been. He's here. Not seen him in the chat roll. 10 times 4. Nice one. That UCAD is sexy, guys. Yeah, well, that's it, Mr. Shi. Once you kind of, I know it sounds, I keep going on about it, but if you are going to trust any signals in it, then these are the ones you need to trust, the 1 and 4s. They're the ones that tell you, especially on the EU. You look at that EU and it touched the 4 hour orange line, so you know where it was going, or there's a good chance it was going there. Okay. So if you're just trading that direction with a good setup, 5 and 15, or as you did, a 15 and a 30, uh, you're gonna make money. You're gonna make money. Your wins are you're gonna have more wins than losses. Put it that way. And if you get it right, um, like BR, like myself, like Julian, like Mercy, like and he's all the MTs, Kevin, Benny. You're gonna make money. You just can't fail. The signals are telling you where they're going, so just trade in that direction. Well, that's it, Kelvin. You know, you look for the best sell. The thing you need to, the reason you need time, Kelvin, in it, right, is because you need to understand what a strong setup is. Okay, now, little reds are not the strongest signal. Strongest signals are when the supers, like you see, when the red yellow or red pinks, they're the strongest signals. So once you understand, you've got, like that UCAD there, you had I'll highlight it actually and show you. Okay, you had this. Oops, hang on. Nice. Well done, Phoenix. Good to see, Phoenix. Okay. Right. So, back to Kelvin. When you understand, Kelvin, that this, correlating with this, I know it's only a red, but you've got a 5-minute super, right? But you also had this, okay, and you had this major setup on the long term. So once you understand that these are, really good setups, against rather taking, looking at the GU and you're thinking, oh, I want to take the GU, but the GU wasn't a good setup at the time. You understand? And it'll take time, but when you get it, mate, you'll just look for these and it'll become second nature. I've put trades on and just disappeared, because I know they're going to win. Gone and pick the grandson up from school or put it back garden or whatever, because I know those trades are going to win. And once you know they're going to win, that's it, cracked it. Doing well again then, Jules. I take it. Take it your GU's took off on this, is it? Killing GU. Yeah, confidence, but winning breeds confidence, Phoenix. That's what it's all about. But and Kelvin will get it. The longer you're here, the more you see. Okay. I've seen this happen. Oh God, how many times, guys? I've been here over 3 years, so how many times have I seen this? These 1 and 4 hours touch orange lines. How many times? How many times have I seen a 5 and a 15-minute signal do what the GU's just done now? You know, how many times? It's thousands and thousands of times. Yeah, half decent happy hour that, guys, wasn't it? Excuse me. And look, this EU again. Look, it's gone back up. Look what it did. Look, it's bounced off the orange line here. You didn't have a 15-minute signal. You had these, okay, but you still had that, and well, I'm not sure if the 1 hour touched the orange line there. It's close, but not. And you still had this. So even if you said, "Oh, right, I'm going to get in just based on that alone," it might have come down against you. And if you'd have got in on that little red, it's a winner, because it's such a strong setup. It's not a trending setup; it's against the trend if you look on the 4 hour and the 1 hour and well, every other chart. But it's just so strong the setup. Yes, Jamie, I use C Trader. Just have a look. That was nice in the GU. GU eventually did the 1 hour disappeared. 4 hour kicked in. You got a 30-minute, a 15-minute to go with a 5. That's the main thing when you want to, when you're turning something around. Again, I've got to go back to that because people need to understand it. Right, right. When you these signals here, if you look on the 15-minute, that signal, right, didn't turn around. Price didn't turn around there until you got these signals here, right? Now, price didn't turn around on that chart again. Well, it slightly did here, but until you got this signal, because if you look, there's a wick on that, so it came back down there, okay? But price went signal to signal, okay? Oh, what's that UCAD gone now, guys? Anybody, anybody keeping an eye on it? Just look for the Jamie on your right hand side where the tools are. Just look and you'll see. Just let me have a quick look for you. You'll see a plus sign above an arrow, below an arrow. Then there's something else. Then there's another one that has lines on it. Might have ray, it might have trend line. You want the horizontal line, just put that on the number. Okay. How many's it gone be that UCAD? Can't quite see. 30 odd pip move that. Nice, 35 pip move. Lovely. So I mean there was two trades there. There was two trades. You had this signal set here to take it up when you had the 1 hour signal up. And then you had this 15-minute signal here, which correlated of course with this here, and the 30-minute down. Oh, God. Sorry guys, keep blowing it up. It's correlated with this here, you know, and obviously you 1 and 4 setup and the 8 hour setup. 25 times 5. Jesus. Super early. How do I get in super early? Well, I won't get in until I see a 5 and a 15 JW, so that's how I'd have got in there. Because you're turning price around, and look on any chart apart from maybe the EU, which was, you know, an unbelievable sell and just continued to defy the small reds on the 15 minutes, right? But you have got, you know, that 15-minute signal on the fifth set up there now, so you should pay heed to that now, you know, because you've touched the orange line on the 4 hour. So when you say I get in early, if I see a setup and I've got a 5 and a 15-minute setup, that's, you know, good for me. That's what starts it all off, a 5 and a 15. Then obviously with the EU, I'd have just continued to take the 5-minute signals or the bounces off the orange line. What you will find is where these, you know, down signals were, right, that you might not have been able to bounce off the orange line on the 5-minute. It might have come lower off the BB band. Okay. Yeah, Martini, just do that. Just get your direction from the 1 and 4s and pick the best pair. Just pick the best pair. The best pair today was the EU and the UCAD. You know, so if you just chose them two today, judging from what I can see, then you know, you'd have made enough. You've made enough pips. It's all about winning. Winning breeds confidence, right? Well, basically, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? All right. Okay, Mr. Shu, well done today. Right, let's have a look at this GU now, Jules. Look at this, you through the orange line. So what are you gonna do now? I bet you're gonna chicken out again, aren't you? You're a right chicken, you are. When will they get in on UC? Now you mean? After that move? JW? Do you mean now? Or before? Well, I don't mind saying that, hands, but you know, today I would have said the EU. Now you want it to pull back, mate. You need a pullback. I'll show you, give you a line. Do it with the arrow. So what you're looking for is up here, right? Possibly to come down here again. Okay. If you get a 15-minute, then the 15-minute might want to come up here a bit before coming down again. But just remember, if you get a 15-minute and it stays, you're going to want more than just a 5-minute to take it back down again. Okay. I can see the GU now. Either a 5-minute signal up. Yeah, I would think 5-minute signal up. You want something here now. You know, you still got your 4-hour. You've got plenty of room to the orange line. Would love the 8-hour to go super, by the way. Yeah, both pointing up. What BR's pointing to, guys, what he's pointing out is this. You see the BB bands? A little purple line. See how they're pointing up? That's what he's trying to get your attention on. Yeah, some scam, eh, Jules? Is it flashing? Oh, right, then you know what to do then, don't you? What's going to happen is it'll probably come back here to this line, and then we could go up again. That's what you should be looking for. Let's just show you why. Plenty of room to the orange line, and this is blinking apparently. Blinking super. Bogey, how's school going? So what is it you're studying, mate, if you don't mind me asking? Trading? No worries, John Wick. There is actually, I think you can get a PhD. I'm sure MT mentioned it. No, Dr. Natalia has a PhD. It's advanced mathematics or something like that. I was kind of, what would you call that job? I mean, it was to do with sales. Um, you know, but it was manufacturing, but sales. You know what I mean? And it's kind of more hands-on with the customer than, you know, in an office, so to speak. So nothing spectacular, you know what I mean? But it was all right. Money wasn't really good, but excuse me. Phoenix, I won. You got your hands up in the air then, didn't you, Phoenix? I won! It'll take time, Jugger. Don't try and rush it. Just make sure you get it, pick it up bit by bit, and then sit on your hands. When it goes quiet, sit on your hands. And I don't mean hands, you know, in the room. How do you do, Stephanie? Kevin the Sniper, how are you, mate? Oh, awesome, Stephanie. Well done. Well done indeed. Right, GU now has a 15, guys. If you can see here. So the chances are it's going to come to the orange line on the 15-minute. What you should be watching for here now is a couple of things, right? 5-minute signal up, 15-minute disappearing. Okay. EU. It's going to need a 5-minute and a 15-minute up, I think, this time. It's possible it could come down a bit more, the EU. Again, yeah, everywhere you look now, guys, you're getting these, you know, flashing red signals. So I think you're looking at possible retracement before they come back down. Yeah, they're all bouncing off the 4-hour orange lines, the EU and the UCAD guys. Look at them. So this is what you're seeing now here and here. You know, it doesn't mean you should take these down and the UCAD up. It doesn't mean that. You know, basically, if you trust, you know, the longer term setup, then you just wait these out. What was that? That on Jules? GU. Oh, right, down, yeah. All right, MT. No worries. All right, guys. As I say, well, you know, you've seen today yet again. I mean, you could test this yourself, do the paper trading, go through it, and see how many times this happens. You won't have the 8 hours, but you'll have the, you know, the 104s, and you can just see how many times this happens where they go to the, you know, the orange lines and then break through the little bounce before they break through in most occasions. So just, you know, for the newbies, Kelvin, I would advise you to do some of that. Ergon, if you're listening, you too. And yeah, basically just keep watching what happens with these. I mean, it's amazing how many times it happens. All right, guys. Okay. I'll catch you later. Yeah, no worries, Pierre. All right, MT.